Well, you guys, hi. Thanks for appearing on AfterShark with us. Everybody who watches AfterShark on Wallapop knows you guys well already. We have from left to right, Robert Herjavec, Barbara Corcoran, and Kevin Harrington. Hello.
Hi, Jason.
Hi, Jason.
So it's good to see you. Look, first question I want to ask you, now that this show is on the air and a lot of people are getting into it, are people...
And a huge hit.
Well, a massive hit.
A massive hit.
Yeah. Are people stopping you on the street to ask for money?
Oh, yeah. Everywhere. I don't care if it's a taxi cab driver, a masseuse, wherever you go, someone's got a pitch. Yeah, absolutely. Unbelievable.
That's only happening at dark street corners with you, though, Kevin.
Well, yeah. All hours of the night.
And I've gotten 2 dates out of it. Both guys under 18 years old. They think I'm kind of cool. I've never had this happen in like the last 30 years. I love it.
You are cool, Barbara.
I'm not cool.
Did you go out on a date with these guys?
No, I don't want to be in jail. Not at all.
I've been surprised at the young people that are coming to me, people that are in their 20s.
Underage.
Very
younger.
interesting, the young people that are watching the show. Very exciting.
And I had a woman on a cane, believe it or not, could hardly hobble to my dinner table at a restaurant last Tuesday night while the Shark Tank was being aired. And she was my biggest fan. She could hardly walk or talk. So
did you
go
pay for
figure.
her dinner?
Definitely not. She looked loaded. She had a lot of stuff going on.
Robert, tell me, do you get some secret pleasure out of rejecting a candidate who is unprepared?
I'll answer that for him, yes.
Why do I care? Okay, I have done surveys out at coffee shops, extensive surveys, and people were kind enough to sit and look at the game and sometimes play the game.
Dan, you got to be kidding me. Do you have any orders for any of this crap?
I have.
Is there a purchase order from somebody who wants 1,000 bears with the word cappuccino on it?
I have commitments. Probably have commitments
Dan,
from a
what
lot
does
of
that mean?
companies.
Is that like when I was young and in a bar and a girl said she'd call me and never did?
Do I get a secret pleasure? No.
Leary does.
You know, Jason, I think deep down, I always empathize for the person. I get a secret pleasure out of somebody who's arrogant. So there are people who come on the show, as you know, who who are full of themselves, kind of like Kevin. And so I get
Not this Kevin. The bad
Mr.
Kevin.
Wonderful. Who's Mr. Wonderful.
Yeah. So I like putting them in their place sometimes.
Yeah, you do. What about you guys? Yeah, Barbara, you never really light into anybody too harsh.
You know, I don't, because my biggest challenge on the show is I identify with the entrepreneur and have to constantly remind myself that I'm on the other side of the table. It's very hard for me to see someone who's struggling, not jump in there and prop them up, and I know that's a weakness. So instead of propping them up, I throw my money at them, which is even worse, because I'm trying to lose as much money as I possibly can.
You're doing a good job.
Oh, yeah, that's what I hear.
Yeah, very good job.
In my business, I see products. That's what I do for a living, is I see products on a daily basis. So I tend to also, like Barbara, think about them on the other side of the table as I'm looking at it. So I don't like to get
He's a
too
genuine
nasty,
good guy.
But if I don't like it, I don't like it. I'm out.
But
for
you
yeah,
know,
Kevin,
you keep your money in your
You see
pocket.
pitches all day long anyway. It's like, this is just when the cameras are on.
Exactly. In fact, when Mark Burnett first said, Kevin, are you going to be able to do this? Because I've been behind the camera for 25 years, never in front of the camera. I said, I do this every day, Mark. Just turn the cameras on, and I won't even imagine that there's a camera there. Yeah. So that's how I look at my day in the Shark Tank. Is I don't see the 16 cameras that are out there.
Now, some of the entrepreneurs who come to you are not, let's say, born performers. Does that put a businessman or woman at a disadvantage if they go into the
Jason,
Shark Tank?
if you can't communicate with another human being and get your idea across, you're not going to be successful. I don't care if it's business. I don't care if you're a doctor. I don't care if you're a lawyer. I don't care if you're trying to find a young husband for the second or third time, like Barbara. You got to be able to.
Only two. Only two. And not a trophy husband, I might add.
And you're not talking about the under 18s. You're talking about actual husbands.
But Jason, think about it. Those people come out. They have a few seconds to get our attention. We get pretty cranky up there after 12 hours of filming. You got to be able to communicate right away.
But these people are very passionate. They are there. This is their shot. This is their 15 minutes of fame to do it on national television. So they really, in over 100 presentations, I think I've only seen 1 or 2 that got real nervous.
But Kevin, come on. Passion gets you in the door. After that, you got to have the numbers. You got to have a real business. You got to show me how I'm going to make money out of it.
And you know what else is the importance of that presentation? It's its salesmanship. And there's not a business in America that starts and continues and succeeds and is able to jump over the obstacles of building a business unless you have a phenomenal salesman at the helm.
Rule number 1.
So they have to be able to sell us. If
Rule
not,
number
forget
1.
it. I don't care how good the product is.
Salesmanship is performance.
Oh, it definitely is.
Jason,
Under
rule number
duress,
1 is
by the way.
nothing happens until you sell something.
You know,
Period.
because you cover the stuff that you don't see on air, because you always have the inside track, one thing viewers at home don't know is those poor entrepreneurs are asked to stand in the middle of that pit for a full 5 minutes with cameras in their face, and they're told before they go on air Do not talk until you're spoken to. And you know, we watch them sweat for 5
Barbara,
minutes. We watch them crumble in front of the camera.
I think
it's
that's harder
the
for
saddest
us.
thing. It's terrible.
I think it's harder for
but
us.
But it's a great
you come
test
out,
of.
and they're going on and on about how bad the idea is, and
Yeah,
you know the
true.
really bad ones, you know right away.
Like,
and that's
next,
tough.
But we've seen 25 good ones that we've bought into over 25 deals.
And millions of dollars, and we are hoping to God that we can get our millions of dollars back, but certainly
Barbara,
we're
you're
believing
never
them.
getting your money back. You invest in everything in anything.
That's not true. Watch. I will. I promise you I'll make the most money. They laugh
Barbara,
all the
I'll
way.
lend you money
I
next
will
year.
make the most money. You wait and see.